Hello, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to take you guys along on the best day that we've had in the Philippines, which quickly turned into actually one of the scariest days we've probably ever had traveling in general. So come with us on this incredible day and we'll also be explaining what happened to us.
We're just walking from the hotel right now. I may have had one too many red horses last night, but the show must continue, and we're gonna go rent some snorkel gear. We're gonna go see some sardines this morning.
We are so excited. It's bright and early right now. It's about like 7 a.m.
Yeah, they say to do it before 8 a.m. So we couldn't make it out for 6. Here we are for 7.
Yeah, and if you don't know what a sardine run is, basically where a ton of sardines, a ton of them, get together and feed on plankton 30 meters from the shore. So
it's gonna be sweet. Sardines! So we just got out of the water. We saw a bunch of sardines, a bunch of turtles. We rented all our stuff here from Joanna's Mini Mart. Recommend it. Each mask is 50 pesos and the fins are 100 pesos.
So I quickly just stopped and grabbed myself a coffee before we head back to the hotel room. That was one of the most cool experiences that I've ever done.
Yeah, it was insane how like you get to this cliff pretty much in the ocean, goes to deep blue, and the sardines are kind of like right on that cliff edge. You can swim with them. If you just sit there, they come pretty much right up to your face.
Oh, it was so cool. And there was like turtles. I've never seen a turtle before. I got to see like 5 turtles.
Yeah.
And apparently this is actually the second largest sardine run in the world. I think South Africa being the first, but you could come here, swim off the shore.
3 hours later.
We are just leaving our hotel room now. We are absolutely starving because we've just kind of been hanging out and chilling after snorkeling for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah, got all the salt water washed off.
Yeah, we just kind of got ready, look a little more presentable, and now we're gonna go get some food because there's this place that we've been wanting to check out that looks like they have really good local Filipino food. Yeah, I gotta stop cutting off your head. He's too tall.
Off with the head!
This plate is absolutely huge. That's like a hefty plate.
That is absolutely humongous.
A lot. And we got our little ubi shake.
Yeah, send that over, send that over.
Me first.
I noticed that they like crack the egg right in here. There's no cooking before. It cooks in the soup. Right here, right now.
This is literally crack.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jeez.
Oh my gosh. I can't even explain that. That is like a
ubi.
It's like a milkshake.
That's absolutely delicious.
Oh.
What's this made out of again, sweetie?
I think it's purple yam. Ubi.
Purple yam.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think a vegetable would be so delicious.
Oh man. So we got these noodles here and there looks to be so many vegetables. I believe there's chicken in here. You have your little calamansi lime.
Oh, throwing them already.
Throwing them around. These are the panza bihan, which is like rice vermicelli noodle. Similar thing.
Bunch of vegetables in here, some cabbage, carrots.
Yeah, and I got a hot dog on the side because health. Hot dog for health.
Gotta get a hot dog.
Pretty good.
Very delicious. I think a little bit of soy sauce would help.
I think so too. A little bit under seasoned.
Oh yeah, that's delicious.
They're good. Looks like a big.
It's like a chicken soup broth.
Ooh, that's yummy. And there's like cabbage in here. Looks like there's
a whole whack of things in here. Chicken, cabbage, green onions.
Lots of shredded onion and maybe like little pepper. I'll try some of those noodles.
Yeah, those noodles are exciting me. I love noodles. They good?
This just tastes like like a good vegetable soup.
Those are very unique.
They're not super chewy, but it's delicious. It's like a good chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
But I'm like this.
Oh, ubi.
Oh my god.
You gotta try it. You gotta try these dishes and this drink. This drink is amazing.
Really good.
We just wanted to show you our little breakfast before we head out. We're gonna go try and find a motorbike after this.
And then where are we going?
Osomina Peak.
We're gonna do it all in this day. You guys know how we do. We do a lot in a day. So we did the snorkeling and everything, and that was so much fun. But now we're gonna go try to get to Osomina Peak.
Which is about an hour-and-a-half bike ride away. Hopefully it all goes well.
Yep, highest peak in Cebu, so we're super excited.
Just leaving Mila's store, restaurant, and all of that jazz, full and satisfied. It was all for 295 pesos for all that delicious stuff. And we got 2 ubis. You only saw one, but we actually ordered another one. It was so good.
You must get the ubi shake.
All right, we're thinking of taking this one. We're just gonna ask how much, and hopefully she'll take us up to Osmena Peak.
Yeah, there was no motorbikes across the street where we were gonna go, but he said he had one, so we'll take what we can get. So as we were coming up the road to go to Osomina Peak, we actually got stopped because there's some work going on. So we almost didn't think we were gonna get to go, but they said that they were gonna clear it up by 2:30, which is in like half an hour. So fingers crossed, hopefully that gets cleared up and we can actually go. Yay, they cleared it up. We can see people passing. Onwards. More road construction.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? We have officially arrived at Osomina Peak. Well, not officially because we just got to the parking spot and we still have to walk up, but we had a crazy journey to get up here. I think we actually took a shortcut. There's a road around that's paved, I believe, that we can now see now that we got here. But we kept asking the locals where to go, and they kept pointing us in the direction, and they pointed us to this like dirt roadway. So we probably drove for 10 minutes on this crazy up and down windy dirt road. We probably won't recommend it.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of cabbage fields and stuff. So in the Philippines, they can't grow any of their crops like cabbage and stuff because of the cold weather climate. So it's way up here on this mountain.
Yeah, but even the drive to get here was beautiful. Like it looks to be a bit overcasty right now, but honestly, even the drive to come up here already made it worth it.
So once we came up here, some children stopped us. It's 50 pesos per person to go up to Osomina Peak. And also you can give them an optional little like parking fee, and they'll look after your bike and make sure, you know, nothing happens to it. We're just starting. The rain's just starting too. We have a guide that we're gonna give 100 pesos to go to the top and bottom. And yes, you need a guide to go.
I don't think they'll let you go to the top with that one. We're just hiking up now. We're like, what, 2 minutes in, I'm already out of breath. But we did do canyoneering, so I'm still sore from that.
It's been a busy time.
It's been so busy, but so much fun.
Our guide says right down there is Mobile. That's where we live at the moment till tomorrow, then we leave. First time Shelbs and I have wore shoes in a long time, and we're quite happy we brought them. On top of the world! You can't see anything! It's so crazy up here. Just a moment ago, this was all visible. The clouds come in so fast. Just as fast, we might be able to see this view again.
So we are gonna walk down from Osomina Peak now. We had the best day ever, from swimming with the sardines, swimming with the turtles, coming here and seeing these unreal views. You must do these things if you come to Cebu. No question about it, we had the most epic day ever. Well, we're sorry that video cutoff was a little bit abrupt, but this is a story that we did not expect to be making. We wanted to share it because A, we don't want anyone to make the same mistakes that we did. We would never want that to happen to anybody. And B, who doesn't love a good travel story?
So this all started when we were heading up to Osmena Peak. We hit construction. We were going through some like muddy cabbage field like roads. So when we finally got up there, our guide was like, didn't you just take the paved road up? And he was telling us, go the other way, you'll find a paved road. So that's what we tried to do.
We didn't know about this paved road. Apparently there's multiple different ways to get to Osomina Peak. So we just took the one that we thought was right. Apparently it was not right.
So we went a different way.
Yeah.
And as we were leaving to go this way, Google Maps is pretty much looking like we're gonna meet up with the trail that we took all the way up anyways. So I'm like, well, let's go a different way.
So basically we're heading this way that we think is an okay way to go back home to a mall ball. And so we're driving for quite a long time and we're like, okay, this is like pretty long. So we're driving and maybe for like an hour or so, finally we get to this road and there's like this house and it looks like the road kind of just stops and cuts off and it goes down to this like crazy rocky little short road.
Well, the whole time we're asking Filipinos while we're going this way, is this the way to Moa And they're saying yes.
But they told us that the road is bad. But with that, you're kind of like, okay, well, the sun's going down. If we go back the way we came, we're probably out another 2 hours. So we're like, okay, but can you go this way? And they said yes. And they didn't stop us from going. So we assumed that we could just take this like path. And we were also, didn't have food, almost out of water, and we're low on gas. So we're like, okay. And we didn't see any gas on the way, on that whole hour going towards Wallball. So
going back's not really
going
an option.
back was kind of not an option.
So we're going down the hill.
Yeah. So we start going down this hill and it's pretty much as bad as we expected, but we're like, okay, it probably gets worse. Like this is, or sorry, probably gets better.
Oh God.
Okay, so it probably gets better. So we start going down this hill and we go, and we're like, oh my gosh. And by the time we get maybe like 10 minutes down, we're like, we can't even make it back. Because we started contemplating, okay, should we just go back? And should we just go back up the hill? But it was to the point where the bike wouldn't have even probably made it up that hill.
This isn't a road. This is a road. This is a hiking trail.
Yeah.
And we've went down 10 minutes down a hiking trail. Downhill.
Yeah, and downhill is thick, like to the point where the bike, like when I was on the back of the bike, it was like skidding out, the tire was skidding out, the bike was almost falling over. Chase's legs were basically holding the bike up down the hill.
I'm going down big boulders and trying to maneuver a bike down the hill.
When in the Philippines, oh my gosh. This is the way back home. And so it was to the point where I couldn't even really be on the bike. It was too hard for his legs because he was trying to keep the bike upright. So we're going down this hill and it's probably like, we're going into the jungle. You can't see anything in sight. The sun's going down. I'm getting freaking scared. Like I was like, if the sun's gonna go down, like what's gonna happen? We're running out of gas. There's nobody in sight. Like this is basically like I was kind of panicking inside.
But not panicking too much because she still was able to get footage for you guys when I could not.
I'm scared now. Chase is scared. We're trying to get this bike down this road. We're basically in the middle of nowhere in the jungle.
I was destroyed, tired, and we were moving way slower than Shelby could walk beside me on the bike.
Yeah, and so I was kind of like, at first I was like, oh my God, like this is so funny. And then the video footage kind of stopped as I was like, okay, this isn't funny anymore and this is actually really scary. And is this even the way to Moa? Like, what if we have a turn that we don't know? Like, and our Wi-Fi, our signals are not really working.
It's data, by the way.
Data, sorry, it's not working. So we're continuing down this hill, and it's basically hell. Chase is exhausted. And mind you, we've had a whole day. So we were physically exhausted. And it was to the point where I was like, Chase, like you need to drive the bike down. I'm gonna run. So I'm running down the hill so we can try to get somewhere before the sun's going down. And eventually this probably saved my mindset, is we actually ran into two Filipinos after we were about an hour in.
They were hiking up the hill.
They were hiking up the hill. They're not biking because the trail at some point was like this small. There's bushes on either side of us. It was insane. And we ran into them. They couldn't speak much English, but we're like, is this the way to Moa? And they said yes. And so we're like
5 kilometers.
So we kind of were like, how long? 5 kilometers. That might not seem long when Chase's basically...
It's gosh darn long. It takes 20 minutes to walk 1 kilometer roughly.
Yeah.
So that was like, oh man, we still have an hour in this.
Yeah, so but it was happy. I was so happy. If we didn't see those people, my panic levels would have been through the roof. I was so happy that we saw them. We saw somebody, right? But there's still nothing in sight. There's no houses, there's no nothing. I don't know how far these guys are walking, but either way, we continued on our way, and I would say maybe about like 45, almost an hour later, we see the end in sight. By this time, it's dark, and when I see this house, I could basically almost cry. I was so happy. Chase was basically his face. The look on his face was just like he had no energy left.
Like we said, I had 0 water and I was doing like exercise times a million.
Oh, it was insane. Like what he did and how he got the bike back. Like if the bike tire popped or anything like that happened, like we would have been probably screwed. And to have this bike in the middle of like the jungle. Like when I tell you, you couldn't see anything. You could see no civilization. It was terrifying. But we finally made it out, and we made it to a road, and we were just like, we looked at each other and we're like, we are so flippin' lucky that we didn't run out of gas, we didn't pop a tire. Like, you should have seen some of the places we were going down. I stopped filming again, I said that because it wasn't funny anymore, and it was really scary, and Chase was even scared, and he doesn't get that scared in situations like that. He was scared, so you can only imagine.
Well, yeah, it was just time to get through.
Yeah.
There was no time for pleasure or taking little photos and stuff.
Yeah.
Even when she was taking the few wasn't that you guys are seeing, I was kind of just like...
He's just like, I want no part of this. And I was just like, oh, this is funny, but it wasn't, it turned not funny really quick. And so, yeah, we got out, we started driving towards Maba. We had another probably like half an hour, 40-minute drive, but we were just happy to be on paved road. We couldn't believe it.
Yep, seeing other people, seeing the road.
Yeah. So we basically finally got back to our hotel, and we took a much needed shower, and we just looked at each other and we just like hugged, and we're just like, we are so happy to be okay right now, and we didn't have to spend a night in the flippin' jungle.
Long story short, maybe take a tour to Osmena Peak.
Yeah, so there's a few things to take away from this. It's make sure that you have, this is like number 1 when you're traveling, food and water. Make sure you're supplied. Make sure before you go anywhere remote you have gas. And Typhoon Odette had so much like impact on what happened here in the Philippines in certain areas. So
almost everywhere.
Yeah, so a lot of places we have been, so even if you think you might know the proper road, if it looks like the road's horrible, it probably is, and you probably shouldn't go down it, is in our experience anyways. If you guys enjoyed this beautiful day, which ended in our little horror story, make sure you please, for our sake, like the video, leave us a comment, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one.